Students, welcome to the digital learning session of Raval Convent School. Today we are going to study an amazing topic, that is fundamental rights. Every country has a set of rules according to which government governs the country. The set of rule is called constitution. Our country also has a constitution. Our constitution gives every citizen some basic rights, and these are called fundamental rights. These rights are for well-being of the citizens. Right means those freedom which are essential for personal good of the community. The rights guaranteed under the Constitution of India are fundamentals as they have been incorporated into the fundamental law of the land and are enforceable in court of law. Fundamental rights are those basic conditions of social life without which a citizen cannot be at his best self, or those basic conditions which are very essential for the good life of a citizen. You can also say that fundamental right defined as the basic human rights of all citizens, and it is defined in part 3 of the constitution, apply irrespective of race, place of birth, religion, caste, creed or gender. According to the constitution, every citizen has certain rights known as a fundamental rights of a citizen, and the constitution guarantees every citizen of those. There are 6 fundamental rights: right to equality, right to freedom, right to freedom from exploitation, the right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, the right to constitutional remedies. First, right to equality. It means that all people are equal before the law. You can also say it means the rules and regulation are same for every Indian citizen. There is no discrimination on the basis of caste, religion, gender and so on. Right to equality established the basic law in India, that is everyone is equal. It means equal right to use public places and facilities like such as roads, parks, theaters, hospitals, schools and so on. Right to freedom. A citizen is given the right of freedom of speech and an expression, to assemble peacefully anywhere without arms, to form association and unions, to move in any part of the country, to reside in any part of the country, take up any occupation, trade and business in any part of Indian territory, and the right to education. But it doesn't mean that if you have right to speak, you are speaking abusive language. You have freedom to reside anywhere, but it does not mean that you trespass anybody's house to reside. Every responsible citizen of India should remember these reasonable restrictions while enjoying the right to freedom. Right against exploitation means that you must have heard that child labor is banned, and you have also heard that it is not allowed to humiliate anyone as an untouchable. We are also not allowed to force anyone to work for long hours or under unhealthy conditions. And this right to exploit, right against exploitation, it protects people from being exploited. Clear? And you know that children below 14 years of age should not be allowed to work in factories and mines, and people should live a life with dignity. Right to freedom of religion. India being a secular state, all religions are treated equally. Secular means not connected with religious or spiritual matters. Means that we have a freedom to profess, practice or propagate any religion according to our choice. There is no discrimination between Hindu, Sikh, Muslim and Buddhist. Cultural and educational rights. There is a lot of diversity in India, so people have a right to preserve and promote their own language and culture. Minorities may establish their educational institution. It shows that Indian constitution protect the right of majority population as well as minority in the country. Clear? Now, right to constitutional remedies. What it means? What would you do if someone exploit you or police arrest you for no reason? What would you do if group of people hit you for practicing your religion or culture? Right to constitutional remedies is the solution of such problem. Under this right, citizens can move to the court if his or her fundamental right is deprived in any way. An Indian judiciary system act as the guardian of our fundamental rights. Right to property. It is originally a fundamental right, but now it is a legal right. This is because that no person shall be deprived of his or her property, save by authority of law. It also aimed to establish equal distribution of resources. In conclusion, fundamental rights are those rights that are guaranteed to each and every citizen by Indian Constitution. If any of these rights are violated, individual can approach High Court, Supreme Court directly. And in fact, these fundamental rights lays the foundation of democracy. They protect the secular nature of our country. In the end, I would like to say that no democracy can long survive which does not accept as fundamental to its very existence the recognition of the rights of minorities. Thank you.